Were you into creepypastas at all?
A little bit. I was really into those, like, 10 YouTube videos. 10, like, creepy YouTube videos or whatever. Like those, like the countdown ones with, like, the creepy.
10 YouTube videos that you will be cursed if you watch by yourself.
Oh,
Number
yes.
10. This episode is considered to be the lost episode of Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Rumor has it that this episode was to be aired, but it never did. Because it made children commit suicide. In this episode, Ed and Ed go to heaven, and Eddie is left all by himself before the purge. Or the rapture. And Eddie and Eddie, at the end of it, after feeling so much grief, kills himself with a gun. Number 9.
He goes, now that's spooky. They always made like weird comments at the end.
Now, I don't know about you, but that made the hair on my arms stand up.
Yeah. It's that guy's voice. There's just something about it.
You know exactly what YouTube channel I'm talking about.
Oh, yes, I do. I saw him on TikTok, actually, the other day. He was making TikToks.
In this video game, you are not Sonic, but Tails. And you are being chased by a demonic Sonic. Now, I don't know about you, but that's pretty spooky. And I'd sleep with one eye open tonight.
Good
stuff. I used to only read them in school because I'd be too scared to read them at my house. And now I'm just like, this stuff's kind of funny.
Stuff's kind of gay.
Have you ever read Jeff the Killer?
Yes.
That story, if you read it now, it is so stupid because of how, like, how many grammatical errors there are, and, like, it just seems like it was written by, like, a 13-year-old. And
the picture?
Yeah, the picture of the guy who's like, hello, what up?
Jeff started out as a normal suburban teenager living with his mother Margaret, father Peter, and brother Lou.
Ah, yes, perfect. I'm on creepypasta files. Ugh.
I'm on villains.fandom.com.
He's on villains. Have you ever seen the Slender Man movie?
No.
That movie is so funny because it's so bad it made Slender Man a joke. Seriously, there's one point in the movie where, like, well, I saw it with Eric and he said this, but there's a point where his tentacles come out of his, like, back, and he kind of just looks like Squidward from that one episode of SpongeBob when he's dancing. They're talking about Slender Man in the context of this. He gets in your head like a virus. What kind of virus? Like a computer virus that infects your hard drive, but instead of your hard drive, it's your brain.
No.
He gets in your head like a virus.
What kind of virus?
Like a computer virus that infects your hard drive, but instead of your hard drive, it's your brain. Right.
Because there's no other viruses besides computer viruses that, you know, affect the brain.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know, the viruses that are not computer that affect humans. Couldn't have used one of those. We need to watch that movie again because I haven't seen it in so long. There's just so many memes. Oh, Slender's gonna get me. What's he gonna do?
Nothing. See a pussy. That looks like Squidward.
Ah, you know what? We should read a Minecraft creepypasta.
Oh boy.
As I'm waiting for this iron to smelt. The Minecraft creepypasta wiki. There's a Minecraft creepypasta wiki.
Why?
I like the description. Creepypastas are completely fictional. Yep, especially Minecraft ones.
Yeah. Just not the Minecraft ones. Those are the only real ones.
Let's read this one. It's called Siren Head. And for some reason, like, this is the first sentence. All of the following is not true. Might as well go onto a creepypasta that has better quality. So apparently, whoever wrote this already thinks it's terrible.
Yeah, so just don't even bother.
It's pretty short, so I'll read it. I was playing Minecraft. It was in 2009. My friend and I played in a world. I was in a forest and extracted wood. I built a good house out of this. Hey, you getting wood? No, I'm extracting.
I'm extracting this wood. Leave me alone.
It was fun. It was getting dark. I went to my house. I went to bed. For some reason, my character couldn't sleep? ? He tossed and turned. I was getting low on hunger. I went into the woods for food. When I was there, I heard a soft-spoken noise. I first talked to my audience, and they realized that this is probably a bug in the game. An audience? Was he streaming?
An audience. He's a streamer.
In 2009? I don't think streaming was really a thing in 2009.
No. I don't know. He invented it in 2009.
Who's his audience? I need to know.
Maybe his homies?
I began to chuckle at the noise. Some kind of joke to make up this moment. I went deeper into the forest. The noise grew louder and louder and louder. I decided to pause the stream. He is streaming in 2009.
He's an innovator.
Dude, he's trendsetter, man. Streaming before streaming was really a thing. And I decided to pause the stream, and my friend who was playing with me, Skype's frozen. That's the entire sentence. Skype's frozen.
Uh-huh.
Wow, you weren't on Discord in 2009? What's wrong with you? I kept looking for animals to eat. I began to hear a strange noise with a strange accent.
Uh-huh.
You know, have you ever heard, like, animal noises at night? Like birds and stuff. Have you ever described it as having a strange accent? That
No.
bird has a Russian accent to it.
Bird has a strange accent.
Ooh, that chicken you hear? Those cows?
Strange accent.
Anyway, back to the story. But this was not so. His Skype was reset still 5 minutes ago.
What?
Let's read that sentence again. But this was not so. His Skype was reset still 5 minutes ago.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I began to notice that there were some noises. The night became dynamic. In the depths of the forest, I saw a strange shadow. I came out of... I'm gonna read the rest of this like that one guy. I came out on the full screen gameplay from another game, so it was a terribly loud noise. I turned off the computer, and for some reason, it turned back on showing me on Minecraft again. I was confused but kept on playing. Later in the game, I heard the sound of a quiet groan outside of my Minecraft house. As I lived near the forest, I got scared. Those are two separate sentences. As I lived near the forest, I got scared. There was nothing in the woods, and no one could possibly sound the fire alarm.
Fire alarm?
There's fire alarms in this game? I thought to myself and considered wearing hearing aids from now on. I decided to go into the woods in a couple of days. I didn't find anyone there. Wow, all caps, just my imagination. Later, though, someone interrupted the stream and then deleted it along with the channel. It was player named Siren. Past year, so roughly 6.
What?
Past year, so roughly 6.
What does that mean?
Past year, so roughly 6. I've forgotten the story. Thank you, my dad, who copied on my words of my history.
What? What?
Thank you, my dad, who copied on my words of my history. No, it's not piracy. She just posted a story on forums like Creepypast, and yes, it is UK faithful. Okay, well,
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, but like, there's this picture, like it's supposed to be a genuine picture of Siren Head, but the picture is of like in the forest, but it's not a Minecraft forest. It's just like the shadow of a real forest, and it's like this figure, and his head's just 2 sirens.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep. tonight.
I don't think I can sleep in my Minecraft bed even.
No.
I'm gonna have to ask you to get in bed with me and hold my hand.
No.
Gotta start a creepypasta in Minecraft. We can make it. Oh, I spelled hyper wrong. Oops. Oh well, you still get the idea. It's not a creepypasta. It doesn't have terrible spelling and grammar. Oh, that creeper's still there. Have you been spooked solid?
I'm scared. Careful, creeper. There's a creeper out there.
Post this on the creepypasta wiki. Let's see if we can get our story published.
1,000,000 views.
I had 32 eggs and none of them hatched.
That is scary.
I hear a creeper sizzle. I turn around, but no one is there.
Oh, wow. That's deep.
I go up to my dog to pet him. He meows.
No. Say it ain't so.
I feed my cows some wheat. HEROBRINE comes out.
I die. I shear my sheep. They kill me.
I shear my sheep.
PETA comes out.
I kill my chickens.
I get salmonella.
I mine some diamonds. I get coal instead.
Oh no. I went to chop down trees, but they chopped me. That's only one sentence, but that's okay.
2 cents or less.
Yeah, same thing.
The less, the scarier.
True. It's the use of the comma that's truly scary.
I once saw like a 2 cents horror story, but it was like 2 sentences, but it kept going on, and one of the comments was like, the true horror of this story is the run-on sentence or something like that.
Oh, that's funny.